Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Finance Fridays, the space where we talk about money honestly, calmly, and without shame. I'm your host, Caitlin Gil-Soto, born and raised in Lawrence, Massachusetts, raised between Bani and El Cibao, and proudly Dominicana. And if I'm being honest, tax season has never been something I handled completely alone. Like many of us, someone in my family has always helped me. Someone we trust, someone who understands it better. Maybe your aunt does your taxes. Maybe your mom has someone she's been going to for years. Maybe your cousin is the one who everyone calls. Maybe you sit there with TurboTax, double checking everything, hoping you're not missing something. But even when someone helps you, the emotional experience of tax season can still feel heavy because taxes force you to look directly at your financial life. Not someday, not eventually, but now. What you earned, where you are, what your life looked like in the past year. And that moment of awareness can feel more vulnerable than people talk about. You might open the email and close it. You might tell yourself, I'll do it tomorrow. You might feel tension in your body without fully understanding why. Not because you're irresponsible, but because financial awareness activates something deeper than logic. It activates safety, it activates identity, it activates your nervous system. And today we're going to talk about why tax season can feel overwhelming emotionally and how to approach it calmly so it stops feeling like something hanging over you and starts feeling like something you can move through with clarity. Because financial stability isn't just about numbers, it's about how safe you feel being aware of your own life. Taxes are one of the few moments each year where you see your financial life reflected back to you in a structured, undeniable way. There's no guessing, there's no avoiding. It's simply there. This is what you earned. This is what moved. This is what happened. And that moment can feel grounding, but it can also feel exposing, especially if you spent most of your life in survival mode. Because when you live in survival mode, your focus is on getting through the day, not analyzing the system, not studying the structure, not slowing down enough to reflect. So when tax season arrives, it interrupts that autopilot. It asks you to pause, to look, to acknowledge. And awareness for many people feels unfamiliar. Not dangerous, just unfamiliar. And unfamiliarity often feels like tension in the body, even when nothing is actually wrong. Your nervous system is designed to protect you. It scans for patterns, it scans for risk, and if money was ever associated with stress in your past, your nervous system remembers that. It remembers hearing bills discussed with tension. It remembers seeing adults carry financial pressure. It remembers moments where money determined safety. So now, even when you are stable, even when you are capable, even when your situation is manageable, your body can still respond to financial responsibility as if it carries emotional risk. You might feel resistance, fatigue, avoidance, irritation. Not because taxes themselves are harmful, but because your nervous system is reacting to association, not reality. Your body is responding to memory, not just the present moment. And this is important to understand because it means there's nothing wrong with you. Your response makes sense. It's protective, but it's also something you can retrain. Avoidance is not laziness. Avoidance is protection. Your nervous system avoids what feels overwhelming because it wants to preserve stability. It thinks that if it doesn't engage with the thing, it can avoid the emotional discomfort. But avoidance doesn't remove the stress, it extends it because uncertainty keeps your nervous system activated. The longer something remains unknown, the heavier it feels mentally. Your mind fills the silence with imagined outcomes. What if I owe money? What if something's wrong? What if I don't understand it? But most of the time, the reality is simpler than the anticipation. Clarity reduces emotional pressure. Awareness reduces fear. The moment you begin engaging with something calmly, your nervous system begins updating its understanding of what is safe. You realize this isn't a threat, this is just information. For many people, especially in close families, financial systems weren't something you navigated alone. You trusted people, you trusted family, you trusted someone who knew more than you did. And that trust is not weakness, it's community, it's support, it's how stability is built collectively. But even when someone else helps you file your taxes, the emotional experience of awareness still belongs to you because it's your life, your movement, your progress. And allowing yourself to slowly become more comfortable with financial awareness is part of stepping into long term stability. Not by forcing yourself, but by allowing familiarity to develop naturally, over time, without pressure. Taxes don't measure your worth, they don't measure your intelligence, they don't measure your future. They measure activity. That's all. They reflect movement, they reflect participation, they reflect that you showed up in your life, that you worked, that you sustained yourself, that you existed within a system. And learning to engage with that system calmly is not about becoming perfect. It's about becoming emotionally neutral. Neutrality is powerful because neutrality allows clarity, and clarity allows stability, not emotional reaction, not panic, just calm awareness. Financial safety is not just external, it's internal. It's the moment where your nervous system stops reacting with fear and starts responding with calm. It's the moment where financial awareness stops feeling threatening and starts feeling neutral. Routine, normal. Every time you approach your finances calmly, you are teaching your nervous system something new. You are teaching your body, I am safe, I am capable, I can handle awareness. And over time, that calm becomes your baseline. Not because everything in your life becomes predictable, but because you trust yourself to navigate uncertainty. I have the journal prompt of the episode here. What emotions come up when I allow myself to look honestly at my financial life? And what would I change if I approached that awareness with calm instead of fear? And the affirmation for this question is I am safe to be aware of my financial reality. I trust myself to handle my financial life with calm, clarity, and confidence. If tax season has ever made you feel overwhelmed, avoidant, or emotionally tense, understand this. You are not behind, you are learning to exist in awareness instead of survival. You are learning to look at your life calmly instead of fearfully. And that shift changes everything because financial stability is not built through perfection. It's built through calm awareness, through trust in yourself, through allowing yourself to exist inside of your life without avoidance. Taxes are not the threat. Avoidance is the tension. Calm is the release. And the more you practice calm awareness, the more stable your life becomes, internally and externally. Now we are going to do a closing prayer. So take a deep breath and put your hand on your chest. Dear God, thank you for allowing me to see my life clearly. Thank you for the income that sustained me, even in the moments I didn't fully acknowledge it. Thank you for the opportunities that allowed me to move forward, even slowly. Help me release the fear I've attached to financial responsibility. Help my body understand that awareness is not danger, that looking at my life honestly doesn't make me unsafe. Help me approach finances with calm instead of avoidance, with clarity instead of fear, with trust instead of tension. Remind me that stability is something I am building step by step, that I do not need to know everything at once to be capable, that I am allowed to learn, grow, and become more confident over time. Help me trust myself with the life I am creating, and help me move through every financial responsibility with peace in my mind and steadiness in my body. Amen. If this episode resonated with you, share it with someone who might need it. These conversations help us build financial clarity, not just individually, but collectively. If you'd like to support the podcast, you can contribute directly through the Buzzsprout link in the show notes. Every contribution helps keep unfiltered and unapologetic, independent, and growing. And if you're looking for a space to reflect, my blank journals are now available on Amazon. They were created intentionally not to tell you what to think, but to give you a place to hear yourself clearly, to sit with your thoughts, to build awareness, self-trust, and emotional clarity in your own time. You can find everything linked in the show notes. And you can follow me on Instagram and on TikTok at Unfil and Unapologetic Pod for more conversations about money, emotional safety, and building stability without fear. This is Finance Fridays, where money becomes clarity, not pressure. I'll see you in the next episode.